Finally! It's taken 5 years, but I finally have a horror movie I can rave about. Last time it was Drew Goddard's Cabin in the Woods back in 2012. Now it's Jordan Peele's turn with Get Out. Common denominator? Bradley Whitford. The man knows a decent horror script when he sees one. So Get Out is the genius new film written and directed by comedian Jordan Peele. And Get Out is a satirical comedy / horror that looks at middle America's liberal attitudes towards racial awkwardness, set in a post-Obama America. So the story revolves around this character Chris, played by Daniel Kaluuya, a 26-year-old black man who is dating this white girl Rose, played by Allison Williams. They've been dating for about 5 months, so she wants to take him to the suburbs so she can introduce him to her parents. And Chris thinks this is going to be totally awkward because Rose is dating a black man, thinking her parents might not be that progressive. But when they get to her parents' house, he's warmly greeted with open arms and hugs, and it appears that her parents don't even notice his pigmentation. But as the film progresses, Peele slowly makes it more unsettling for both us, the audience, and Chris. Particularly when Rose's mother puts Chris under hypnosis in order to help him quit smoking. He starts noticing odd behavior of everyone in Rose's family. Like her skittish brother Jeremy, who makes really awkward conversation about his genetic makeup. Her dad repeatedly calls him my man, and the Armitage neighbors make some really cringeworthy comments, such as, well, they say black is back in fashion. Okay! And Peele does a really good job of creating that picturesque, suburbanized American imagery. It has that twisted sort of Stepford Wives quality about it, in that on the surface it actually looks like the American dream, but in reality there's a much more sinister interior. For example, if you look at the main location for this film, which is the Armitage household, it bears a striking resemblance to a slave plantation farm, with 2 black servants, Georgina and Walter, played by Betty Gabriel and Marcus Henderson, who literally chop wood and pour iced tea on the patio for their rich white employers. Whew. Lord mercy, it's hot today. But what's weirdly impressive is how Peele manages to be simultaneously both loud and subtle when it comes to his racial connotations. So much is said in one scene without dialogue. It's a brief moment which shows Rose sitting on her bed, eating Fruit Loops like it's a bowl of peanuts, listening to I've Had the Time of My Life, and drinking a comically large glass of milk. It's a shot that screams so much about white identity and hegemony in cinema. And Peele's direction is excellent. He uses really intimate shots to instill that sense of dread and discomfort. There's a scene where Georgina enters Chris's bedroom and she literally comes this close to the camera. So it feels like she's talking directly to you, and as you can tell, it's uncomfortable someone being this close to your face. And it feels like she's entering your own personal bubble. Back off, bitch! She's smiling through tears, and it's so unsettling that you just can't wait for the scene to end. And one of the best things I can say about this film is the casting. Everybody in this film is awesome. Daniel Kaluuya gives an amazing leading performance. Bradley Whitford and Catherine Keener are also magnificent. Allison Williams brings a lot here too, and way more than I actually expected her to. And the supporting cast like Betty Gabriel, Marcus Henderson, and comic relief Lil Ray Harvey all seriously impressed me. This is actually one of the best ensemble castings I've seen in a good while. And what's great about Get Out is that after you've seen it and left the theatre, you will really think about it as a film and what it has to say. You might find yourself identifying with Rose's parents more than you'd like to. As a white man, it really had me thinking about my own perceptions on cultural awkwardness when it comes to race. I like to think that I'm quite liberal, but watching Chris be constantly subjected to casual racial profiling and categorizing just constantly kept making me cringe. It made me think, God, am I just as bad for adhering to these sort of stereotypical conclusions, even if it's on a subconscious level? But like Avenue Q says, everyone's a little bit racist sometimes. So guys, to summarize, Get Out is probably the best American horror film I've seen in a good while. It's very well paced, with the first 2/3 of the film providing a hilarious social commentary on passive racism and multicultural awkwardness. And the final act is a heart-pounding mindfuck of a horror film. The script is so sharp and politically aware, but Peele's background in comedy really shines through, so there's a good mix of frights and laughs. And best of all, it lingers in your mind after you've seen it. I saw this 4 days ago, and I'm still reflecting on it. It's got stellar performances, it's shot in a thought-provoking way, and refreshingly, it's got something meaningful to say as a horror film. And it's a film that will also be appreciated even more on a second viewing. So I'm definitely going to recommend that you go see this one, guys. I'm going to give it my seal of approval and give Get Out a 10 out of 10. So have you guys seen Get Out yet? If you have, did you like it just as much as me? Whatever you think, please let me know in the comment section below, or you can catch me here on Twitter. And if you like the videos, guys, please don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks so much for watching, guys. For more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Hearfield, and I'll see you next time.